Welcome to my worst audition.
When you asked me about the show, I was like, what? There's a lot. There's always, like, when you start thinking back to, 15, 20 years of auditioning, you're like, yeah, there's a lot of things that stand out. It's like, what is the one? There's one that out of all of them, I think stands out the most because it's just I was the most embarrassed about it. So for context, I used to tour Shakespeare. I've toured Shakespeare regionally. I've done it internationally. I think I've probably done Midsummer like 4 times. Like I've done a fair amount of Shakespeare for someone who doesn't, consider themselves this big Shakespeare actor. So when I was in New York, it felt like inevitable. It's like, oh yeah, I should probably audition for Drunken Shakespeare at some point.
Okay.
And I did. I submitted. They brought me in. I had enough on my resume. They brought me in, and I was super stoked to do it. And so I go in, and I have this monologue that I've been doing for like probably 10 years. It's Twelfth Night. It's Sebastian's monologue from Act 4. I used to be able to do it in my sleep. Of course, now it's been a few years. I don't remember anything since I've had a baby.
And I'm sorry to interrupt. For those that don't know Drunken Shakespeare, it's a show in New York where like many of the actors will actually be drunk doing the show. Correct?
Yeah, that's the whole hook. It's like you're watching Shakespeare, but everyone's hammered while they do it, and that's the fun. They're doing, I think it was like, I don't remember if it was like a Henry or a Hamlet. They're doing something that was like pretty well known. But I come in for my audition monologue, and I'm halfway through my Sebastian monologue, and I completely forget everything. I forgot my entire monologue. I forgot everything that came after it. Mind you, I am sober. I'm stone sober. We hadn't even gotten to the part. We hadn't even gotten to the part of the audition where you're supposed to drink. I'm stone sober. I completely go up on my lines, and it's Shakespeare, so you can't improvise it. Like you either know it or you don't. And and I did that. I did the thing that like every actor freaking hates to do, and I was like, "Hey, can I take that again?" No! Which is just like immediately, no! I'm either gonna, I'm either nothing or I'm gonna ask to go again. And I'm gonna ask to take it again. And they were like very good. They're like, "Yeah, of course, no, we get it. It's fine." It's very, to their credit, it's a pretty casual atmosphere there. Other than 12 people watching you audition, it's pretty laid back. But I go in and I go to take it up again, and literally couldn't get past the first line the second way around. And I'm like, I've been doing this for years, Gary, years. Not just this monologue. I performed in Rome. I've done Shakespeare. I've done a fair amount. And I'm just completely lost, deer in headlights. And just like middle of the monologue before I even get to any kind of explanation, they're like, "Thank you so much. we'll let you know." And I'm like, well, that's that. That tells me everything I need to know. I completely wasted their time and have fucking embarrassed myself pretty publicly. Dude, I have a Shakespeare tattoo. Like, I know Shakespeare. And so I've had a lot of bad auditions in my day, but that's the one that I think, like, still hurts when I think about it, because I'm just like, I know what I'm doing.
I was hurting hearing you tell it. Like, it's right in the heart, man.
It's that thing where it's like, it's a company that I respect the company. I would love to go and audition. I don't live in New York anymore, but it's a company where a bad audition, whatever, I would go back and audition again and again and again until I got on a company like that. It's very fun company. But after that audition, I was like, I am never showing my face in this building as a performer or an audience member ever. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. And
how long ago was this? I only asked because my buddy Josh Hyman was with Drunk Shakespeare for a while. I don't know if he was on there while you auditioned.
That name's so familiar. I might have done this in front of him.
Okay.
This was probably somewhere between like 2016 and 2018.
Oh, I think he was with them then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That name's, because you don't forget a last name like Hyman.
No, you don't. And to his credit, he'll joke about it. Thankfully, you got to joke about it.
You have to. Yeah, he's got a great last name.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, it was super freaking painful.